Samsung is expected to have one of their biggest product launches yet, with not one, not two, but 8 new products in the upcoming weeks. From the brand new Galaxy Watch 7 Ultra, to the massively upgraded Flip 6, to the completely reinvented Galaxy Buds Pro. Here is everything to expect. Speaking of things to expect, the 2024 Euros are now ongoing. And to celebrate this, we are having a 50% sale on our Striking Stadiums wallpapers pack on our website, which includes 10 carefully crafted wallpapers of some of the most popular football stadiums in the world. And all of them are in 8K. You can get Striking Stadiums on our brand new wallpaper store on our website, where we're offering 6 packs that you can individually purchase, a selection that rotates every week. Okay, first off, the Galaxy Z Fold 6. There have been a ton of leaks about it. OnLeaks released his 3D renders back in March, and since then we've had even more leaks that tell us every single thing there is to know. The main change is the body, which is getting much more squared off, just like the S24's. Sonny Dixon shared some dummy unit photos, which is where we can see this much flatter frame that we get. As for the dimensions, the Fold 6 is said to be getting wider by 2.6mm and shorter by 1.4 compared to the Fold 5. But unfortunately, it is not said to be getting any thinner, which I am quite sad to see, as once I started using the ultra-thin Honor Magic V2, I simply could not go back to the Fold 5. The good news, however, is that the cover screen is finally getting wider. Now, the difference is not huge. It looks like Samsung simply redesigned the hinge to protrude less, and thanks to this and the thinner bezels, they made the display wider. On one hand, I do like this change, but on the other hand, I was hoping for a wider cover screen, similar to what we have on so many of the Chinese foldables, like the Vivo X Fold 3, the Xiaomi Mix Fold 3, the Honor Magic V2, and many others. That's where Samsung's other foldable comes in. More about that in a second. Now, the body will still be made out of aluminium rather than titanium like the S24 Ultras, most likely to keep the weight down, which is also dropping to 239 grams from 253. So only 2 grams heavier than the Honor Magic V2. This is something that I'm very happy to see. Then, the internal display brightness is said to be getting a major boost to 2600 nits, so just like the S24 Ultras, and almost 1000 nits brighter than the Fold 5s, which I think is especially needed on a foldable, as we do have that crease in the middle, which does create reflections. Speaking of the crease, this is not really set to improve much, and same goes for the battery and charging, which are also rumored to remain the same. And same goes for the cameras, which will still be the same as on the Fold 5 and the Fold 4. Chip-wise, just as expected, we're getting the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 with 12GB of RAM, as well as some new colors, which are said to be dark blue, light pink, and silver. And the price is rumored to go up by $100 in the US, so possibly even more outside of the US, which means that once the Fold 6 launches, that's when it will be the perfect time for you to buy a refurbished Fold 5, which just right now sells for about $900. Now, there's also to be a second Fold 6 model, which was previously reported as being the Fold 6 Ultra, with possibly a much larger cover screen. Although recent leaks are pointing towards this being a Fold 6 Slim instead, that would indeed be thinner, possibly just 5.6mm thin when open, as opposed to the Fold 6's 6.1mm. Awesome, but still quite not as thin as something like the Honor Magic V2 at just 4.7mm. And it is also said to lack support for the S Pen, which is likely so that Samsung can keep the same price as the Fold 6. So far, this sounds great. Bigger cover screen, slimmer design, possibly a titanium frame too, and the same price? Well, if you think this sounds too good to be true, you're probably right. And that's because, just like the previous leak suggested, the Fold 6 Slim is set to only launch in China, and maybe in South Korea too. And it will also only come later in October rather than in July, which I am very sad to see, as the Fold 6 Slim is the real upgrade and the one that I've been waiting for the most. Now, if you're like me and you're somewhat disappointed, then this next announcement is something that you will probably like. And that is the Flip 6, which is getting some pretty major changes. Design-wise, it is getting the same flat frame treatment as the Fold 6, and the leaked dummy units do showcase this quite well. And the crease is all said to be decreased, unlike the Fold 6s. But the biggest change here is that main camera, which is getting bumped to that same 50 megapixel sensor as on the Fold 6 from the current 12 megapixel sensor, and on top of that, we're also getting a substantial battery bump to 4000 mAh from 3700. Add this to the fact that we're also getting the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, same chip as in the S24 Ultra and the Fold 6, and for the very first time ever, we have a flip that is very comparable to the S24 Plus and the Z Fold line of phones in terms of specs, and yeah, I'm really happy to see this. Also, the colors for the Flip 6 have been leaked as well, which are said to be light blue, light green, silver, and yellow. So literally the only downgrade, so to say, for this Flip 6 is said to be the price, which, just like the Fold 6, is said to be going up by $100, bringing it to $1,100. Or 100 more than the S24 Plus, which does make sense now as it's got the same main camera and of course it is also a foldable phone. And if you're thinking of getting any of these new Samsung devices, I've got some great news. Samsung has officially announced that the next Unpacked event will be on July the 10th. And we've also partnered with Samsung to give you guys $50 off, plus save up to $1,500 when you pre-order any of Samsung's upcoming products using our link in the description. Plus, you also get a chance to win a $5,000 Samsung gift card. The fourth new product is set to be the official launch for the Galaxy Ring. This is Samsung's upcoming smart ring that got revealed back in January. I got a glimpse of it back at MWC in February, and the idea is that this is a device that's supposed to compete with the Oura Ring and the Ultra Human Ring Air. So heavily focused on health and possibly no NFC chip for payments. It will come in 3 finishes, black, gold, and silver, and you'll be able to pick between 8 different sizes, with larger sizes also coming with a larger battery. The price is expected to be around $300 to $350, so in line with the Ultra Human Ring Air, with no subscription model like the Oura. Personally, I'm no ring person, but I would still love to try it out and see what sort of health features Samsung ends up including. And of course, since it's been a year since we got the Galaxy Watch 6, we are also expecting the new Galaxy Watch 7, which is likely to use the same design as the Watch 6, only in some new colors, such as green, silver, and cream, with the same prices and sizes that we've got now. So the big upgrade here is said to be the new Exynos W1000 chip, a significant upgrade over the current W930 inside the Watch 6, with much better performance and greater efficiency. Now, with the Watch 6, we had the Watch 6 Classic model, and with the Watch 5 before it, we had the Watch 5 Pro. This year, we're set to be getting the Watch 7 Ultra. The design of it got leaked, and it is probably the weirdest smartwatch that I've seen. It's got a circular screen, but with a squared body. Probably Samsung acknowledging the limitations of a circular body when it comes to fitting components inside. It's still got the iconic rotating bezel, but it's also got a dedicated crown, which I find very weird. I guess they're just trying to give users as many options as possible. And since we've got 3 buttons on the side, one of these could possibly act like the action button on the Apple Watch Ultra. It comes in a 47mm body, so 1mm larger than the Watch 6 Classic, with what seems to be a redesigned band mechanism that merges the bands into the body, so similar to the Apple Watch and Pixel Watch bands. It's also got some pretty big speaker grills and a few mic holes on the right too, which makes me think that we could get some sort of SOS speaker functionality just like with the Apple Watch Ultra. It will also have the new Exynos W1000 chip with a redesigned sensor array, so we could see some new additional health sensors. And price-wise, it is set to cost around 689 euros. So a lot more affordable than the 900 euros of the Apple Watch Ultra, whilst also featuring a titanium body in gray, white, and silver finishes. So this just may be the Apple Watch Ultra's biggest competitor. But wait, there's more. The Galaxy Buds Pro have also been leaked, and they look completely different. They look a bit like AirPods, but also give off nothing vibes. I'm actually a really big fan of this new design. They've also got this transparent top, and it looks like they've got individual LEDs on the case, each corresponding to the individual earbuds. And yes, they do have a stem, a design that I've always preferred to stemless earbuds, as I'm not accidentally triggering the touch controls whenever I try to adjust them in my ears. There's also been a mention of some sort of blade lights on the earbuds themselves, which could turn out to be a very unique design. They're also set to come with a 2-way speaker, a 30-hour battery life for the case, and just like the unique Galaxy Watch Ultra's design, the Buds 3 Pros are also designed by Samsung's new designer, Lee Il-hwan, which may explain this very unique look. Their price is expected to be about 319 euros, and they will come in both silver and white. So sadly, no black variant. And lastly, we've got the Buds 3, which we actually do not know much about, aside from the colors, silver and white, so same as the Buds 3 Pro, and a 24-hour battery life for the case, as well as a price point of 229 euros. Yeah, definitely loads of exciting announcements to look forward to. But do let me know, which one are you looking forward to the most? And if you want to continue this conversation, feel free to join our ZONEofTECH Discord, where you can chat with us about tech, and yeah, just to hang out and have fun. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'm Daniel, it's been ZONEofTECH, and stay tuned for more videos after the Samsung event has finished. I'm Daniel, it's been ZONEofTECH, and I'll see you guys in the next one. ZONEofTECH, signing out. Cheers.